Tom Gordon. The SNP's Westminster leader is in line for a seven-figure windfall thanks to Boris Johnson's victory, a Tory MSP has claimed. Murdo Fraser infuriated SNP MSPs by raising the financial dealings of Ian Blackford in a debate at the Scottish Parliament. It was reported last week that Mr Blackford stands to make a fortune from the £45 million sale of a telecoms company he chairs, Commsworld Plc. The deal with the private equity division of Lloyds Banking Group was put on hold during the election after Labour said it would nationalise broadband and make it free for all. Mr Blackford, a former financier who is now the MP for Ross, Skye and Lochaber, has been a director of the Edinburgh-based firm since 2005. He is currently its chair, earning £12,000 a year for 32 hours work. After Ms Sturgeon made a statement to Holyrood on the election, Mr Fraser said one think tank had predicted faster Scottish economic growth following the UK Tory win. One immediate beneficiary of that is of course the First Minister's Westminster colleague Ian Blackford, who stands to make a reported seven-figure sum from the sale of his interests in the company Commsworld, a sale that depended on a Conservative election victory, he said. As the SNP benches erupted, Presiding Officer Ken McIntosh called for people to listen to questions and pointedly asked the Cabinet to set an example. After repeating his point, Mr Fraser asked Ms Sturgeon if she agreed Mr Blackford was not the only one who will benefit from the post-election economic bounce. The First Minister did not defend Mr Blackford, but retaliated by raising former Scottish Tory leader Ruth Davidson, who in October dropped plans to take up a £50,000 seconds job with a London PR firm after a public outcry. She said, "Looking around, I see that, not surprisingly, Ruth Davidson is not in the chamber. I suspect that, had she been present, Murdo Fraser might not have been quite as keen to talk about the outside earnings of members of Parliament." She said the tone of Mr Fraser's question showed how down in the dumps and mired in doom and gloom the Scottish Conservatives are after their election losses. After controversy about his second jobs during the election, Mr Blackford, who also earns £38,316 a year as chair of Funeral Planners Golden Charter Trust Limited for 32 hours work, said that he would bringing his outside interests to a close in a timely manner but did not give an exact time scale. For more on this story, visit the news article link.